Hello, this is Jeff Lovejoy, a certified business coach with Action Coach, and today I'm speaking with Kirk Hegwood from Hegwood Electric. Hi, Kirk.
Hi, Jeff. How are you doing today?
Excellent, thank you. Kirk, how about giving us some background on Hegwood Electric?
Hegwood Electric is an industrial automation and controls company. We work for OEMs in general, and this year will be our 50th anniversary.
50. Wow.
50 years old.
Obviously, it was started by somebody other than yourself.
No, I look really good for my age. So, yes, my father started the company in 1970, and then about 1995, 96, I took over the company.
Good for you. 25 years roughly.
Yes.
Congrats. So, Kirk, who's the target market for you guys? Where's the niche in terms of who you sell to and the sweet spot?
Well, Jeff, our best customer is an OEM, original equipment manufacturer, or an engineering firm that needs value-added services. And by those services, I mean engineering and design input, fabrication and system integration of their equipment with electrical controls.
So your focus is on the electrical control panels?
Yes, electrical control panels that will automate a machine or a factory and pieces of equipment.
And so do these tend to be larger facilities that the panels are being installed in?
Not necessarily. They can be smaller facilities. For example, we do some small controls for driving ranges for golf.
Oh.
But we also do some very large systems for process plants as well, and they will control the whole facility.
Got it. And is it within that wide spectrum, is there a sweet spot that really lines up with what you really prefer, or do you just happy with any of it?
I would say the sweet spot that we would prefer are the OEM customers,
Okay,
where they are looking for someone to assist them building the control panels for their house rather than having an in-house team.
Got it. Okay, thanks for that. So, Kirk, COVID's had an impact on so many businesses. Has it impacted Hegwood Electric, and if so, in what ways?
Yes, COVID has had a pretty good impact on our business. Certain industrial sectors have had construction holds put on large projects. So that's had a trickle down effect all the way down to the equipment we build and the equipment my customers build. The sites have nowhere to put equipment. They don't know when they'll be able to start back up quite yet. So it's been a pretty good hold.
Got it.
Other industries such as the food sector, that is considered essential services. We do a lot of work in the food sector. So that has kept us busy, but there again, the large scale projects have mostly been put on hold for a little bit.
Got it. So how have you dealt with that? There's that often used word of pivoting. Have you pivoted in any way, or have you found other markets that you hadn't considered prior to this, or are you just kind of tightening the belt and working your way through it?
Well, of course, the first thing we did when we realized it was becoming serious and a lot of the health effects was we sat down with the employees and opened our communication a little bit better on that end.
Yeah.
We have not really pivoted. We have seen cycles before in the industry. Fortunately, we were blessed with a spread of industries with the customers. So we haven't seen a huge downturn in any particular market necessarily. Substantial downturn, but not, what are we going to do tomorrow downturn?
Right. Have you looked at, has it resulted in opening up any new markets or considering any new markets, whether that's international markets or whether that's different industries than you have traditionally sold to?
Um, well, it's led to quite a few internal conversations about increasing the broad base of our customers into different industries. Of course, right now, medical, plastics industry, things like that are going gangbusters.
Right,
Home improvement, of course, and landscaping is going gangbusters, but that's really not us.
right, right.
Um, so it's led to those discussions. The challenge in our industry is right now is very, very difficult to meet with anybody.
Yeah,
And these projects have a pretty good turnaround time and discussion and building of relationships. So no real pivots or any actions like that per se.
yep. So have you all embraced more Zoom type of conference calls, and how is that working out versus the in-person visits?
Yes, we have done quite a few more conference calls, whether it's Zoom or Microsoft, any of those. So
Yep,
that's helped meeting with the customers
yep,
and discussing issues. Lots of emails, phone calls, of course. We do have customers that do come in for testing of the equipment. But in so doing, we'll do internal testing, make sure everybody's wearing their mask if required, and we wipe down the equipment. Everybody's got their spacing as well.
yeah, got it, got it. Okay, all right. Okay. So, all right. So, it said that smart people learn from the mistakes, but wise people learn from the mistakes of others. Um, if you were to share any learnings with people that are listening to this, what would you share that you've learned over the last 6 months, we'll say, and maybe even more specifically over since March? Is there anything that you've really kind of picked up during that period that really was a big learning?
Well, it was interesting. I heard a saying the other day. I was reading some article or something, and they said, in general, businesses have cycles of 10 years. And within that 10-year period, I don't know if you've heard this or not, but 2 years will be great years.
Mm,
6 years will be good years, and 2 years will be terrible years. And being in the business as long as we have, especially going through the Great Recession, we have learned that 2 years of terrible years, if you don't plan for that, you're not doing any planning. So we have historically been try to run lean, and during these times, when the COVID started up as well, we have made sure of our cash flow
excellent,
is in place and that we are running lean.
excellent. So you just build in during those good years, you build in the fact that you're going to have to kind of put some chestnuts away or some nuts because there are going to be years where things aren't as good.
Exactly. You will have 2 terrible years,
Yeah.
and it's just the way business is.
Yep. Yeah. The chairman of Action Coach says it's like the 4 seasons in every year. Yeah, it's the fall, summer. So we're right now heading into the winter, and it's coming. It just you have to prepare for it. So a
Exactly.
lot. To your credit, you've been preparing for it. A lot of business owners took all that money they made in the summer when it was really good, and haven't salted it away or aren't prepared for the winter. So.
Well, we've had our lessons here.
I guess over 50 years, there's lots of lessons to be learned, huh?
Yes, there's lots of lessons, good and bad.
So, Kurt, what inspires you these days?
Um, Really, my inspiration comes from our staff and employees.
Interesting.
Um, we're blessed, and we have a great staff. They come in even during this turbulent time, and they work hard. I call them craftspeople for what they do, the fabrication.
Yep.
They got good humor. We have very good communication here, so they understand the economics of what we're doing.
Yep.
And so they work hard with us, making sure we can keep going for the long term.
Well, that's great. That speaks highly of your leadership skills, that you've got people that are that committed to you and the company. So are there certain things you talk about communications? Are there other things that you've done that you kind of attribute to that loyalty to, that people can learn from?
Sure. I had a good business coach named Jeff Lovejoy.
This
And,
was not, and that question was not meant to be a prompt.
oh, okay. I'll give you $20 back later. No, we had do some of your skills, setting in place a vision, and corporate values that we follow, and hiring accordingly has been huge for us.
Have they? Good. Okay, good, good. So you're stick. I mean, you've become stickier, if that's the right way of describing it. I mean, your turnover is down because you've built such a loyalty among the employees.
Oh, absolutely. We have very, very very low turnover.
Good. And now, how do you treat them? So, how do you treat them these days, Kirk, when things are, there's a tendency, you read all the time about people laying employees off. Have you done that, or are you trying to kind of keep everybody on board and keep their jobs up and running, and so they've got money to spend and take home to pay the mortgage and to take care of the family?
Well, yeah, so as a business owner, you have to be cognizant of where you are financially. So, and like we discussed earlier, you have to plan for those 2 bad years.
Yep.
Our staff is what makes the company, our employees. Without them, we cannot produce a quality product. So if we lose them, it hurts and is very difficult to bring them back on. So we do whatever we can to give them their 40 hours a week, and so they can bring home money, for their families
Right.
and like that.
Yeah.
That's just part of our culture.
Yeah, that's fabulous, because that's appreciated, so that the owner stuck with us during the tough times. We're going to stick with the owner during the good times, kind of thing. So
Sure.
So good for you. Yeah, good for you. How can people reach out to you, Kirk, if they wanted to get in touch with you?
The easiest way would be go to our website, www.hegwood Electric. That's HEGWOOD electric.com.
Okay, excellent. Well, thanks for your comments today, Kirk. It's I valued your input, and I'm glad that the things are kind of moving along. They're down a bit, but you're staying positive, and the team is very supportive, it sounds like. So well done.
Well, thank you, Jeff, and appreciate it very much.
Thank you.